What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the High Value Agent Podcast, where we inspire people to create a better life through real estate. This mindset shift changed everything, and I'm going to share it with you. Okay. So we're going to hop right into it. I want you guys to really take this in, internalize it. Okay. Your words shape reality. The words that you use shape your reality. So when we choose a word or when we choose our beliefs, we choose what or the beliefs that we choose, they don't just describe experience, they actually create it. Okay. And let me give you some examples. Woke up this morning early, 4 o'clock. I have to get up so I can get to work. Well, that sounds like a burden. Oh, I have to. Where when you flip it and you choose a word or a phrase or words that's going to change the way you experience, it makes all the difference. I get to go to work. I get to get out of bed this morning, right? I'm able to frame it as a privilege and an opportunity, not as a burden. Let me give you another example. Man, 2025 was hard. The market was hard versus the market is skill based. Here's another one. You know what? I'm not really good at this versus I'm not good at this yet. I'm busy. Oh, I'm busy. Oh my gosh, I'm busy. Can't catch a break. Versus I'm in high demand. Here's another one. I hope this works. I really hope this works. Versus I'm committed to making this fucking work no matter what. Here's another one. I'm stressed. Versus, you know what? I'm alive. I'm activated. I really want you to think about that one. I'm stressed versus I'm activated. I'm alive. Being stressed actually means that you are alive. When you don't have stress, it probably means you're dead. Okay. So I'm stressed. No, you're activated. You're alive. That client was extremely difficult versus that client showed me where my process broke. That client showed me a lesson that I needed to learn. You see the difference? Okay. Essentially, when we shift or change the words that we're using, shifting your language will change your emotion. It will change your motivation. It will change your performance. The words that you attach to an experience actually becomes your experience. Okay. So when you are going throughout your day today and moving forward, I want to empower you to use language that will reframe challenges and turn them into opportunities. Okay. And this is very important because you're in sales. You're in the relationship business, right? You're in the client experience business. You're in, if you're a team leader or if you're an agent on a team, or if you're an agent within a brokerage, maybe you're not on a team, but you're a part of a network of other agents. There's a culture there, and you can contribute in a positive way to that culture by simply using different language that will turn challenges into opportunities. Okay. And you can actually help others build the skill set to do the same. Okay. Something else that is extremely important is you need to craft your identity before your outcomes. Your identity and your self-belief precede external achievement. Okay. So people that you know, people that I know, actually, I'll tell you what, I'll say the people that I know because I don't know who you know. The people that I know that are high level achievers, they succeed when their inner identity matches their goals. So the people that are like very high achievers, they're very clear on knowing who they need to get what they want to get. Okay. And so I want you to really work on identifying who do you need to be, not just what you want to do. Okay. And when you can shift that focus from activity to identity, then you upgrade your mindset. Okay. That's your foundational mindset upgrade. So your identity first, outcome second. Now, how do we work on that? How do we build our identity? Okay? Well, you got what are your beliefs? Because your beliefs create an emotion. Your emotion creates motion or action, and then your action creates the result. So when your beliefs are limiting, your actions will be limited too, and you're creating an identity of a limited mindset person, right? That's your identity. Focus on what you can control, right? So if we want to flip this, you need to focus on what you can control. So I want you to deliberately choose to be the person who chooses to respond and not react. And this is very important in when you're in adversity or fast-paced environments, whether you're an athlete, you're a real estate agent, right? I'm talking to my real estate people. You're in business, I'm talking to my business people. Those environments where it's a little fast-paced, it's a lot going on, a lot of emotions can be involved, a lot of times being very skilled at responding over reacting. So train yourself. I need you to really take this in. Train yourself to pause and then choose your response. So when you're in any high pressure situation, pause, train yourself to pause, then choose your response. Okay. What you're doing in that moment, you're replacing what we would call a stressed reaction with a strategy response, and you're building your identity. Okay. An identity of someone who has high EQ, high emotional maturity, someone who's composed, someone who operates through life as a professional, not someone who's so high and low and here and there and like you're all over the place, right? And typically those type of people, they burn out quicker. They tend to, be more of a victim. And again, that's your identity that who are you building? Who are you? You're building your character right now. So the mindset shift that changed everything. Three shifts. Language reframe. Okay. Train your internal narrative. I get to versus I have to. Okay. Next, purpose over pressure. Seek joy in the why, not just the what. And then next, identity first, results second. I want you to change how you see yourself to change what you achieve. Okay. So here's what I want you to really ponder on. How does the language you use with yourself impact your daily performance? How does the language that you use with yourself impact your daily performance? And then the next question: what belief would you change that would make the biggest difference in your life this year? Okay. And when I say your life, I also mean your business, because they're all one thing, baby. They're all one thing. You don't have two different lives. You don't have a personal life and a business life. It's not a real thing. It's all one life. Okay. And by the way, stop trying to fit in the narrative that you need to have balance. Stop trying to fit in the narrative that they are two different lives, right? The reality is you're trying to achieve something that is impossible. And guess what that does to your psyche? Guess what that does to you? To how does that affect your identity, right? Because it's been purported that you need to have a balance in your work life balance, right? You've been hearing that probably for years, especially if you're a real estate agent. Here's the reality: we want work life integration, we want a work life rhythm. It's one life. So if you could change a belief that would make a huge difference in your life this year, what would it be? What would it be? Listen, we're in the Q1 of the new year. Highly encourage you to build the foundation first. Build the foundation, and the foundation is your mindset. And understand, you don't build a high value mindset in one day. It's a recommitment every day to be the person, to recommit to the beliefs of the person you want to become. You do that every single day. If there are people that you admire that are that have what you want, and I'm not saying maybe they have the business that you want, but maybe they don't have the marriage you want. Well, I don't know, be careful, right? You want to who's that person who you really admire how they operate as a human being? They're a good person. And it's whatever you value. But like for me, they have a great marriage. I typically am going to admire and look at people that have families, and they have, probably big families, and they're involved with their family and their kids, and they're business people, and they probably have multiple businesses, and they really work hard on themselves, right? These are people that are fit mentally and physically. These are people that have the heart to contribute, so they're constantly giving. Like those people, what are their beliefs? Like for me, what are their beliefs? And I adopt them, and I create this identity. And every single day, I have to recommit. I have to fight the good fight. I have to recommit to being that person. And I will never be perfect, but I'm able to make those beliefs a part of my blood by making sure that my actions align with those beliefs every single day. And every single day I do that, I become more of that person that I need to become to get what I want to get in my life. And one thing that I want to quote my good friend and mentor, Dustin Runyon, is the reason for living is giving. Okay. Um, that's the beauty in the life. And so like give to yourself so you can give to others. Okay. All right. Be strong, recommit. I don't care if you started the year slow, recommit today, work on the foundational mindset. Everything else will fall in place. Y'all be strong out there. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.